my 6-year-old asked me why I let mommy die. In a video with 2 million views, I was making dinner when Ellie walked into the kitchen holding my phone, her face pale. Daddy, why? The lady in the video said you could have stopped it. I took the phone from her hands, confused. Instead, I saw my late wife's photo, the one from our wedding, captioned, 1 year since I lost justice for Claire. The account belonged to my sister-in-law, Renata. Claire died. There was no negligence. 3 different doctors told me nothing could have been done. For people calling the hospital monsters, tagging news stations, sending prayers to. Poor her. My hands started shaking. I called Renata. She picked up on the second ring, cheerful, like she hadn't just rewritten my wife's death for an audience. For people care, Grant. This could actually change something. I asked her what this was supposed to change, since there was no negligence. She went quiet, then said the hospital. Obviously, could have caught it if they'd run more. She said, the internet doesn't need 3 neurologists. It needs a story. I drove to her, Ellie asleep in the back seat, because I didn't trust leaving her home with a babysitter while my head was spinning like this. Renata answered the door already defensive, arms crossed, like she'd rehearsed this. For 8 months, she said. 8 months of justice for Claire, a fundraiser for legal costs that had pulled in over $90,000. It's not fraud if the money is helping Ellie. That's when I noticed the receipts on her kitchen counter and a smaller printout. A payment to Ellie's school for extracurricular fees I never approved and never saw. She'd been paying for things in my daughter's name without telling me, using a tragedy she manufactured, funded by strangers who believed my wife died from malpractice that never happened. I asked her, she said she was protecting me from having to deal with the account. That grief made her that she was doing what Claire would have wanted, someone fighting for her memory. I told her Claire would have wanted her daughter to know the truth, not to think her father failed to save her mother on purpose. Renata's voice cracked for the first time. You think I don't know she's watching those videos? Except it wasn't anymore, because someone, her own daughter, had shared it publicly 2 days earlier. We're proud of how many people were talking about her aunt. That was how Ellie found it, scrolling on my phone during a car ride, tapping a shared link from her cousin. I stood in that kitchen holding evidence of 8 months of manufactured grief built on my wife's death, spent partly on my daughter without my knowledge, and partly on things that had nothing to do with either of us. Renata kept saying people needed something to believe in, that outrage was the only way anyone paid her, that real tragedy alone never gets you anywhere. I took Ellie home and sat with her. Why did Aunt Renata say mommy could have been saved? Why did people online think I didn't try? I told her the truth, that her mother got sick very suddenly, that no one could have stopped it. She asked if Aunt Renata was in trouble. I still don't know how to answer that. I haven't decided whether reporting it publicly destroys what's left of my daughter's relationship with her aunt, or whether staying silent makes me part of the lie too.